Hello and welcome to Q Sports. I'm Mamudu Gajaga. Thank you very much for joining us. On tonight's show, emphatic victory for Gambia Ports Authority in Week 5 of the GFF First Division League. And this was against their arch-rivals, Real de Banjul. Two of the players who have played a part in that victory are with me in the studio, and we'll be talking to them about how they feel beating Real de Banjul 3-1. We'll also be looking at the Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations, which is underway in Mauritania, and it already began between the host nation Mauritania and Cameroon. And guess what? Cameroon beat the host nation by a 1-0. We'll also be looking at that. And finally on Q Sports, we'll be looking at volleyball as the volleyball season kick-started, and there have been some fascinating matches. All that on tonight's Q Sports. Welcome, and we are excited here in the studio, and thank you if you're just joining us. First, we are going to look at the Gambia Football Federation First Division League, and over the weekend, it was been a fantastic game of football between Real de Banjul and Gambia Ports Authority. Gambia Ports Authority now moved to second place, only 2 points behind leaders Fortune after their victory against Real de Banjul. The match ended 3-1, and there was a hat-trick. And that hat-trick boy is with me in the studio. Keba Mane is his name, and also someone who has played a part in that goal, that is Musa Kambi, a midfielder, combative for that matter. He will charge the entire match, he will make sure he wins balls, and he contributes to the team's success. Welcome, gentlemen. First, Keba Mane, welcome to the studio.
Very much, Gajaga, for hosting us. Yeah.
Musa, welcome.
Thanks, Mamudu Gajaga. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you guys need to speak up a little bit louder as men. You are on the football pitch, you always fight with the ball, you always fight with your opponent. So you have to speak up a little bit louder. Okay. First, Keba, a hat-trick for you in the league in week 5 against Real de Banjul. Tell us about how you feel when you scored all 3 goals.
Yeah, thank you. I was really excited when I got the hat-trick. Yeah, it was a very good feeling. I really enjoyed it with my teammates, and I couldn't have scored all 3 goals without them. But yeah, we are really fighting this season to have our target, which is to win the league. And it was a very good step, despite it is only 3 points. But we are really happy with the victory. And
does it make it so special because it is against Real de Banjul, a big team and also a rival in football?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, scoring 3 goals against Real, it's not easy. So I did it, and I was really excited, and my family, everybody was happy. My teammates, everybody was happy. Yeah, and I was also happy too. So yeah, it is really special to score 3 goals against Real de Banjul, and I did it. And I scored one of the best goalkeepers in the country. And it was really a proud moment for me. Yeah.
The first one was a header, yeah. And the second one, fantastic goal, especially the third one where you had to beat the goalkeeper.
Yeah. The third one, yeah, when I got the pass from my teammate, Sam, yeah, I saw the goalkeeper coming. So I only had one thing in my mind, that is to put it straight in the net. And that is what I did. And it was really a great feeling too.
Many Gambian players find it very difficult to score, especially when they face goalkeepers one-on-one situations. How did you score?
Yeah, it is all about composure, and that is what our coach always tell us. Yeah, because the previous game against Birkama United, we missed a lot of chances. We created a lot, and we missed a lot of them. So during the week, we were training how to finish teams off, and it's all about composure and knowing where the goalkeeper is, and then pick your spot and then slot it in. That's what I did. Your
performance have been great since you recovered from that injury that you had for the longest time. In fact, it cost you a lot. You are not part of the Gambia national under-20 team, which is currently playing in Mauritania. We'll be talking about that later. But how do you see yourself after recovering from that injury?
Yeah, you know, as a footballer, injuries, it's something that you don't really want, but it's also part of the game sometimes. Yeah, you tend to have them, yeah. But after the injury, and I came back stronger, wanting more, fighting. I really trained really hard for the season, and like I set myself targets that I want to reach this season, and hopefully, inshallah, I will do that. Yeah.
I'll be getting back to you, Keba, but now let's turn to Musa. Musa, it was a fantastic feeling, I know, when you play against Real de Banjul, especially if you dominate almost all angles. 3-1 it ended. How do you feel as a player?
Yeah, I feel fantastic. Fantastic. Our team, we fight very well from the start. You know, we dominate everything in the game, like all angles. Beating them 3-1. Playing against Real, it's not easy. It's like one of the best teams in the Gambia. So it's always hard to play with them, but it was a nice game.
In most of the matches that I've watched Ports Authority play so far, at least 3 games I've watched you play, you've been looking good. But sometimes I've observed something in your game. You tend to keep the ball too long.
Yeah.
Why?
I like to keep the ball. I like to keep the ball like anytime, every time, for my team. You know, it's for my team to win. Everything. I don't like losing balls. When I saw, like the thing is, it's not like I did not want to release the ball, but like when I saw something clear, I like to see something clear before passing the ball. When I did not see, I like to keep
the ball
for my own safety and for the team.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when it comes to tackles as well, winning possession from your opponent, you see some midfielders would go on very hard to get a tackle on their opponent, just to hurt the person and make sure they get the ball, or to get the person off. Because if you play with somebody like Keba, who is your opponent and whose fit is very good, and he wants to dribble past you, what are you going to do?
I just have to be focused. You have your eyes on the ball first, before the man. So I put my eyes on the ball, not the movement of the man. Yes.
So in terms of making sure that you draw a line as to how far you can go on the pitch, because once you leave your position and then you are into the opposition's half, maybe around the 18-yard area, something could cost behind you and maybe your team could concede a goal. In those kind of situations, how do you deal with that?
Like I'm a midfielder. I always stay focused. Like when the ball is on the other side, we as a team, we train it like always. We as a team, we go like we all go together. We compact. So there is no like danger in it.
Okay.
We always train it.
So it's basically you attack together and also make sure you defend together.
Yeah. That's the idea.
So if the opposition is attacking your team, and they also have a good player who can, beat past your midfield or maybe through the flanks, and you have a left back or a right back who is weak. As a midfielder, do you go sometimes to cover up for the person?
Yeah, obviously. Especially when the halfback goes for a cross, like he's returning back and they're playing the ball against us, like a very fast counter. I have to go and help him.
Help the person.
Yeah.
So in terms of your performance this season, what are you looking forward to? Good performance and maybe football progression where you can even be scouted by other teams?
I'm happy at GPA. Yeah, I'm very happy at GPA, but like, it's a good feeling. Like, the only thing we want this year is to win the league.
And you think that's possible?
That's possible. We have the players, we have everything in all angles. The midfielders are great, technical side great, defenders, everything.
So if you are listening or if you're watching us, here is a GPA player who is confident that this year they are going to win the league. So Real de Banjul is listening, Brikama United is listening, Walidan is listening, and I'm sure also teams like Hawks and other, and maybe the current leaders, Fortune, they would also want to grab it this year. So Keba, that's the feeling in the camp, that you want to win the league.
Yeah, that's true. That's the feeling. Yeah. Like Musa said, we have the team, we have the players, we are fit. Our coaching staff is great. They give us very good training sessions, and I think that with the team we have, we can go far, but it's one game at a time. Every game is a final for us. We are not looking too far ahead. Yeah, so every game, Saturday we are having another game against Armed Forces, which will not be easy. It is always a difficult game against them. So we are going to take it one game at a time, and then we will see at the end of the season where it goes.
When I watch him, I've also seen discipline. Discipline in the sense that sometimes players can go on hard and pick up a yellow card or a red card. But I've not seen that too many complaints when a GPA is kind of playing as opposed to other players, where players will react to refereeing decisions to a point they will get booked or maybe even sent off.
Yeah, that's true. And you know, GPA, like, it's not only a football team, like, it's an institution. Yeah, so they always emphasize discipline, and that is what they put to every player, like 100% discipline. So all we have to do is just play our game and try to be disciplined as much as we can. So that's what we normally apply in the game. So that's it.
Musa, when it comes to kicking the ball, shooting the ball, I've seen so many matches in the league. I've watched about 10 matches so far.
Yeah.
But most of our players find it difficult to get that shooting accuracy. Yes, you can just kick the ball and then the ball goes out for a goal kick, or the ball goes to the goalkeeper. He makes an easy save or an easy catch.
Yeah.
But to hit the target has been a problem. Have you been trying it?
Yeah, always, especially on the training ground, like always shooting to get the target. It's not easy playing on this kind of ground. This year is a little bit fine playing in the three grounds, which is better. Yeah. But I train it in it, like every training ground, to set the ball to get the target. But it's not easy, you know. As a midfielder in the game, you have to have at least 3 shots on target at least. We train it always, our coach always training on that.
But now once you train it on the pitch,
Yeah.
the performance should be reflected in a real match situation. That's where the problem lies. I interview one of the coaches. This is what he tells me. Yes, every training ground, we will have to make sure that after the final training session, we will shoot the ball several times. We will make sure that we hit the target. But when it comes to real match situations, that's where the problem is.
Yeah, we always try in the real game, but you know, in the training and the game, is a bit different. The tempos are different. Like everything, the training and the game is always, the match is always difficult. Sometimes through the whole game you don't have chance to shoot. Sometimes you get it like once, sometimes twice. Yeah, when you get the chance, just try to get the target.
How about goal scoring opportunities? Sometimes you see players go on one-on-one, clean on goal with the goalkeeper, and then basically they don't just know where to put the ball.
The scoring goals in Gambia is our biggest problem, you know.
How can we solve
Honestly.
it? You are a player, so you would want to score goals. How do you change that?
A midfielder like me, for me.
Midfielders score. They score in Spain, they score in Brazil, they score in Germany.
For me, it's a bonus, you know.
Yeah.
I score at least 1 goal right now.
Oh,
Yeah, I scored
fantastic, good.
against LA. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. So there's a midfielder who scored a goal. Keba, let's talk about your career progression. Like we said earlier, you were part of the initial selection for the under-20 team that's currently in Mauritania. Later, because of injury, you were out of the squad. Now that you've recovered and you're having these performances, there is the likelihood that this season you can have a very, very fantastic season ahead of you. If that happens, what are you looking forward to in the future?
Yeah, like you said earlier, yeah, I was part of the professional squad for the under-20, yeah. But due to conditions, I didn't make the final cut, which is normal. I spoke with the coach and he told me that I wasn't quite there, so, and it wasn't easy, it wasn't a nice feeling, to be honest, but like as a football player, you just have to chin it up and then look forward to the future. So after that, came back, all I had in my mind was to work even harder. Yeah, was just to work harder and have a fantastic season. And after that, then I will see what the future holds. Yeah, but definitely, I really do have targets for the season.
Okay. In terms of the progression we're talking about in the future, do you look at the Gambia senior national team and look at a certain player and say, you know what, if I am given the opportunity, I want to play this position, and if I have the opportunity to play professional level, I want to be like this particular kind of player? Any role models for you?
Yeah, and I do have a lot of them. Yeah, because
But just name one.
One, I will say James Rodriguez, because most of my friends tell me that you play like him, like you switch the play, you move like him and all those stuff. But I do have a lot of role models like Messi, Smith Rowe, even Arsenal. I love that kid. He's coming up like what? He's a very good player. Yeah.
Fantastic. Musa, maybe on a final note, let's look at the football team that you play for, GPA. All of you, your target is to win the title. What are you going to do to get to that?
Training hard every day. Training hard every day. With the boys, I trust my boys. We can get the league this season. Like, we're playing a fantastic football, no doubt. Yeah, I have a great feeling that we're going to win this league this year.
Yeah, great. Keba, well, finally, what's up for the season? You all have a target that is to win the league title.
Yeah, definitely. That's the target. Yeah, but like I said earlier, we are going to approach each game one at a time, so that we can. Yeah, we are not looking too far ahead. Yeah, because we have a lot of games. Yeah, we've only played 5 games, so, and we have 9 points. We are on second place, and there are teams behind us. They are our chasers, like Real de Banjul. You can never rule them out. Real de Banjul, Birkama United. They've been there. They've won it. So it's gonna be difficult, we know. But as a team, that's our target. So we are taking each game as a final, and we will see.
Each game as a final, and we are going to end this discussion on that note. And thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming. That was the GPA player, Keba Mane, and also Musa Kambi, who is their midfielder, and Keba scored a hat-trick against Real de Banjul. So we are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we are going to look at the Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations, which is currently underway in Mauritania. And we'll be looking at some of the matches which have been played, and also give you some updates. And Gambia takes on Morocco in Group C, and in the other game, it's Ghana who will be playing against Tanzania. And we'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll continue.
From an early age, we value the feeling of speed, the thrill of the wind as we rush to our destinations, the feel of our feet bounding over the ground, the way the world blurs as we rush by. Faster, faster than a ray of light, I'm flying. I have one speed, I have one gear. Keep on moving, I won't stop till I get there. Want to experience speed? Then subscribe to the Gambia's 4G LTE mobile network, QCell. With speeds of up to 45 megabytes per second, you can get online in the blink of an eye. The fastest browsing, stream videos faster, do much more faster. Just dial *335# to join the fastest club. QCell's 4G LTE mobile network. Go faster. For more information, call 111. QCell, Senior Boss. We innovate, others follow.
Welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is Q Sports, and I am Mamudu Gajaga. Now we're going to look at the Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations, which is currently underway in Mauritania. Cameroon made a winning start to their total Africa Cup of Nations Under-20 level when they beat the host Mauritania by 1-0. And it was an entertaining encounter between the two sides. The game was played at the Olympic Stadium in Nouakchott on Sunday night. And also in the Cameroon team, there was one goal scorer, that is Ginio Sunday Jar, who scored the all-important goal in this encounter for the Young Lions of Cameroon, and who are making their 10th appearance at the biennial tournament. Still, matches continued. On Monday, Uganda beat Mozambique by 2-0, and that was in Group A. It ended between Burkina Faso and Tunisia 0-0, and still in Group B, It is Namibia 1, Central African Republic 1. Also, Gambia takes on Morocco in Group C, while Ghana play against Tanzania, and we will give you updates of that game in our subsequent edition of Q Sports. And we will finally take a short break, and when we come back, we will be talking about volleyball, some fascinating matches in both the male and the women category of volleyball. Welcome back, and now finally let's talk about volleyball, a very passionate sports. Sports is often driven by passion, determination and hard work. Athletes go to the highest level to pursue their dreams, and if there is one sport in the Gambia that talks about that passion, obviously it's volleyball, and undoubtedly the volleyball players are very passionate about their sports. I watched the Prison versus Gamtel Gamcel on Saturday, and this is the report about the game. Playing on a poor court in week 4 of the Gambia Volleyball Federation League, Gamtel Gamcel played against Prison in the women category. The Telecom team won 3-1, but there was never a dull moment in the game. Sports is often driven by passion, determination and hard work. Athletes would go to the highest ends in pursuit of their dreams. In their pink jerseys, early setbacks shows weaknesses in their team. But towards the closing stages of the first quarter, the pre-match favourites Gamtel fought back to regain their position, winning 25-23. In the second quarter though, Prison women team gave Gamtel the shock of their game, winning in a close affair 25-23, equaling the score, 1 set apiece. Both teams showed a show of passion with great game spirit, players embracing each other even if they had poor control, resulting to their team conceding points. As the game progresses into the third and final quarter, the Telecom women showed great play with intensity, which could not be resisted by their opponents, as the scoreline in the fourth quarter indicated. Mariama Sao, one of Gamtel's most influential players, says she is happy with her performance.
Yeah, I'm really happy and I'm really proud of my girls because they played very well. I really played good today because I was the team passer before, but when Ancha came, we changed. Now I'm playing technical. I played very well, and it's my first game today to play as technical player.
Prison lost the game to a more fancied Gamtel side, but their coach remains optimistic, promising a comeback in the return leg.
Team was very much play well. I'm expecting a win, but unfortunately I could not win due to the second mistakes that my players have in the court. And I know the first set was tight because they have 25, I have 23. It was a very close. Then we come to the second set and we take that, we went to 1-1. Then the third set, the only experience that they have, they use that experience against me. That's why they win the third set and then the last set. Inshallah, by the grace of God, when they come to my court, because you look at the environment of this court is not that much big, but for that of our court where we do normally play our home game, that's Serekunda East, that court, that's where we train and we know that court very well. Inshallah, when we come back there, I wish you came there, I'm going to win the game, inshallah, by the grace of God.
Coach Amadou Jaju says his team could have done better despite their victory.
I feel delighted because this is what I'm expecting from them, because we need to win each game for us to be able to win the league. This is just the fourth game, but still we have more things to improve. Yeah, this is sport. Although they let me down, but you know, I'm expecting something, because if you can see this week our training is poor. Some of the players, they don't even come. The whole week they don't come for training.
The Telecom team play their next game against Hamza Barak on Sunday, while Olymp Africa host Gambia Armed Forces in both the male and female categories. Still on volleyball, Olymp Africa consolidated their title defense with a 3 straight sets win against Gambia Armed Forces male team. But in the other end, it was the Gambia Armed Forces women's team that won against Olymp Africa 3-2. It was a tightly contested affair. And here is more updates on this piece. Signs of a team with strong team spirit and desire for victory. Olymp Africa's male team began an onslaught that could not be matched by the Soldiers team. The first quarter was tightly contested, but not so the subsequent quarter. A team inspired with the athleticism and energy of Alpha Cisse would not be easy to match. His passing and defending abilities shaped a performance which posed questions to which the GAF team had no answers.
I feel delightful and excited because we train for it. Yeah, because champions never rest. I'm playing for the people and especially for my family. They got the belief in me, so I got to play and prove it as well. I can say I'll be playing for passion, but then after I sit and think about, hey, now I got to make a move. Either I choose it for passion or as a profession. Guess now I'm ready to be a professional.
Elsewhere, Gambia Armed Forces women's team played against Olymp Africa in the early kickoff. The two strong female teams were separated by a 5th-set tie-break after sharing the first 4 sets 2-all. With some key players injured, GAF struggled to control the game. Olymp Africa's women appeared strong and looked on course to cause a shock, but lost the momentum in the final stages of the deciding set, with GAF women team winning 3-2 in the end. Our Conte had a strong showing for the Soldiers team. With that, we say thank you very much for watching this broadcast, and we do enjoy your special company. Have a wonderful night, and bye.